And we will not let the American dream crumble. Our small businesses are suffering. The economic damage caused by Phil Murphy, by the disappearing act of Cory Booker, by Bob Menendez, and this one-party control in our state where they think that we're just pawns in their chess game. We will not stand for that. So Phil Murphy created this political chess game, and you know what I said? I said, checkmate, Governor. You know what I did? I joined a gym. Partly because my wife said this dad bod had to go. The other half is because we're not going to be political pawns in the political chess game anymore. And we're going to stand up. And you know what that means? That means that we are going to vote in person. Can we get a round of applause for our mayor? And a round of applause for all these great patriots who are setting up our fight. Our fight to victory has just begun. And you know where it starts? It starts with the top of the ticket with President Trump. I'm proud to be running with the president because he's going to bring 4 more years of economic success. 4 more years of the lowest unemployment rates before this pandemic, and 4 more years of protecting not just our constitutional rights, but our national security interests, and growing, prospering, and creating opportunities for everybody. I'm very proud of that. Now, it's time to put policy over politics. I'm so tired of the politics that are creating such a disaster in our state. When you look at the COVID numbers, you see more deaths in the nursing homes. What happened to protecting our most vulnerable patients? What happened to protecting our elderly? And now look what's happening. He's under federal investigation. That's right. It's time to put our children before... Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up! Absolutely. Now look, Phil Murphy is absolutely done, but this year starts with firing Cory Booker. Well, now listen, let's talk about Newark for a minute, right? Does Newark represent New Jersey? No! Do we want New Jersey to look like Newark? No! I'm telling you, how is it that this city still has the highest poverty rates? The worst failing educational systems, and they had a public health crisis even before COVID with lead water contamination. What about our children? I got 3 boys, and I'll tell you, as a father and a husband, I will always put them first. I will always put our children first. It's time to put education over indoctrination. It's time to celebrate everything that makes New Jersey great. And it's time to make New Jersey a place to live, not leave. And that's why I'm running for Senate. Because it's time to put someone who's not a career politician in Washington, to bring back our family values, to fight for what we know is good and fair and just. It's time to represent the entire state, not just one small pocket of this state. I'm Rick Mota. I'm running for U.S. Senate. I'm honored to earn your vote. It's time to fire Cory Booker. It's time to be Jersey proud. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you. Let's put a round of applause for Rick. Do we see who's here today for you? Remember that at the polls. These people care about you. I have another guest speaker. Red.
the glasses for this. Our next speaker that we're delighted to have and we're grateful for having today is Mark Rizzoli. He's our Old Bridge councilman, and he's a hot-blooded man. He's the kind of guy we need leading our government.
Good morning, everyone. God bless America. I like to walk around, so I'll walk off that table. So listen, who would ever have thought we'd have members of the House of Representatives apologizing to China, apologizing to Iran? It's unacceptable. We got to start putting Americans first. About a year ago at my council meeting, I discussed about illegal immigration, how we had elected officials picking and choosing what laws they liked or disliked, and I got into a lot of different issues with that. But I think when I discussed about how we on a slippery slope to anarchy, I think we're seeing that play out now. Of course, the radical left attacked me. I mean, but I have been called so many names throughout my law enforcement career. There's nothing they can call me that I haven't been called already. So, I stand my ground. And like all elected officials, you're expected to put public safety first, be a leader in your community. You're expected to stand your ground against the mob and the radical groups who want you to put public safety last in the name of votes. And that's what's going on here right now. They don't care about you. You need to hold all your elected officials responsible and accountable. They're risking your lives for votes. And they're devaluing citizenship. And it starts with Governor Murphy, and I call him the Minister of Propaganda, Gabir Graywall. They want to expose police officers to all kinds of different things now, endangering their lives, releasing information if they get a complaint, to embarrass the law enforcement community and their families. Well, my question is, why isn't any individual signs a false complaint against law enforcement officer? Why aren't they being charged? Why aren't their names being exposed to the public? Transparency works both ways. Okay? That's right. I'm a retired Jersey City police detective. I'm damn proud to say it. Phil Murphy and his henchmen don't care about you. All they're concerned about is incentivizing illegal immigration. Free college, free attorneys, health care, you name it, they're getting it. And this vote by mail, it's all about encouraging voter fraud so the 500,000 illegals he's invited to the state can vote. And that's a fact. He's all about power. I found out recently that he's opening water parks on September 1st in New Jersey. That's like calling 911 after someone died. That's exactly what that is. He is destroying our economy, and it's all about politics. That's all that matters with Phil Murphy. Everybody needs to remember, he is the chairman of the Democratic Governors Association. So it's no coincidence what's going on nationwide. No coincidence. I recently spoke at a Jersey City council meeting because you had two radical councilmen there who wanted to defund the police by $5 million while taking $1 million of their municipal budget to pay the rent for illegal aliens. Could you imagine? And they're in Abbott district. So your tax dollars that go to these different municipalities is financing this nonsense. And my message to Cory Booker, removing the Christopher Columbus statue, does that make Newark any safer? How about getting the priorities straight? And I tell you right now, everybody should boycott Newark and don't spend another dime there again. I'll tell you what, gladly take the Christopher Columbus statue in Old Bridge. Old Bridge is a great town, patriotic, we love our law enforcement, just like Middletown. And there's a reason why they want to stop the 9/11 ceremonies. They don't want you to remember what happened. Giving licenses to illegal aliens goes against the 9/11 Commission report. To terrorists, ID is just as important as weapons. And this governor and the Assembly and the Senate in New Jersey are violating that. Okay, I don't forget what happened on 9/11, and you don't either. They don't want Americans to unite again. On that, just like that day, I was just telling a few people, I volunteered at Ground Zero briefly, and I can tell you, the patriotism there was incredible. The love for this country. Because what do we do when we're attacked? We all join in as Americans and we fight back. And they're under attack right now. Our rights are under attack. This governor is using ridiculous executive orders. You heard him. The Bill of Rights is above his pay grade. But if you're here illegally, you get whatever you want. He doesn't care about the taxpayers of New Jersey. That's right. Vote by mail. You have a right to vote in person. Contact your local elected officials and demand to vote in person. This is all about rigging an election, and that's a fact. And I don't want to keep talking because I could talk for hours. So I just want to close by saying that I kneel in church, I proudly stand for the national anthem, and God bless America.
Go back to Massachusetts. New Jersey is a special breed of people. We talk, we tell the truth, and we take nothing. No crap.
Yeah.
This man doesn't belong here.
No way.
Here's Mark. Thank you, Mark. Can we give a round of applause for Mark, please? Mark Rizzoli, R-A-Z-Z-O-L-L-I. I would like to bring Mayor Tony Perry back up. He'd like to say a couple words.
Just really quick, everybody. The Middletown Police Department has been providing the security we need here today. Make them hear Craig Weber and the Middletown Police Department. Thank you.
Any chant for Murphy right now? Okay, we're going to... We have, this is a grassroots group, so we're doing this grassroots, if that's okay with y'all. We have a veteran here that'd like to say a few words. His name is Jim Granato. Jim?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow deplorables, my brother and sister knuckleheads, patriots, and Americans. This is impromptu. Thank goodness my college class included public speaking when I graduated. I'm just here to say, you know, I swore an oath in 1983 to defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. It's here, ladies and gentlemen. It's here. And I sat down with a couple of my vet brothers and sisters and said, you know what? I blame myself. Because we have been asleep at the wheel. We have been too comfortable of what's going on in this country. We assumed that our children were learning the same things that we learned when we went in. One was respect, honor, integrity, humanity, and history. They are not learning history anymore. They are afraid to read books on World War II because it upsets them. I was in the bank, I heard someone say, I can't believe my kids are learning about the Holocaust. We are erasing history. We have been asleep at the wheel. When is the last time we sat around the dinner table and told our kids why the American flag never hits the ground? I have been told, well, it's their right to protest, it's their right to burn the flag, it's their right to stop on it. I am here to tell you, it is my right to defend it. So don't be upset when I'm stomping your ass because of what you're doing. We need to get involved. We need to be out there. The silent majority cannot be silent anymore. We need to walk. We need to march. We need to do it right. My heart is pumping for the patriotism that I see out here today. Why? We are hard-working Americans that love our barbecues, that love our beer, and love our freedom. We need to take this country back. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You can say what you want about me. I have not turned on the news. When you can show me 2 media sources that say the same thing, I will start maybe believing it. My mother taught me never believe what you hear and only half what you see. I came from Lacey this morning, the diner, Lakeside Diner for all of you watching. Brian is a good friend of mine. Go down there and support him. And I told him this morning, I said, Brian, this is now a pissing contest between you and the governor. Because if he opens up dining, you win. Take this country back. Take this state back. When you can tell me why I drive to Delaware and I have to lock down, but if I go to New York and I don't have to lock down, where it's the epicenter, I will stop saying this is a political hoax. Ladies and gentlemen, if you think this mask is going to stop the Grim Reaper from coming to get you, it is not. I've served my country for 34 years. I love this country, I love patriots, I love America, and I do not want to see it ruined. God bless America. Thank you all for coming out today. Thank you for letting me speak. I really appreciate it.
Jim, thank you so much. You are the heart beating inside all of us.
Thank you for
Right?
your
So I'd like to bring up one more heartfelt. You ready for this? You know, since the pandemic, and the Frankenvirus, it's affected a lot of people. So I have 2 more people that would like to say something, and then we're going to do this quickly, but if anybody would like to share what Murphy did to you during COVID-19, we're welcoming you now, and we'll welcome you at the end of the meeting. It's up to you. So think about if anybody would like to say what the effect Murphy and COVID has had on them. In the meantime, I'd like to bring up one of our team members, Carol Love. She's on our team. There's 5 of us. She's going to share with you what happened to her. And that's why she has participated so hardly to get this all together. And I want to thank her, if you would thank her as well.
So my father fought for this country. I lost my parents within 18 months each, not from COVID, but I lost my father in late April. And I wasn't able to have a service for my father. And I see Murphy going out to restaurants, not wearing a mask, doing whatever he wants to do. Now he thinks he wants to take away my right to vote. I don't think so. It's not happening. USA! 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 USA!
So I'd like... Grassroots. So we have our next speaker is Jennifer Zanoni. She is a congresswoman from New Jersey's 10th district. She'd like to say a few words. Welcome her, remember her face, because I think she's going to take down those good old boy Democrats who've held the seat for 30 years.
Come on, make some noise.
First of all, I really need to thank Pamela, Kira, and everybody here for doing this and putting this together. I mean, this is amazing. This is what we need right now. Our whole country needs this. And I need to thank you guys, because you have the most important job. You have to get out there and talk to your neighbors and talk to your friends and talk to your family. Because we only have 30 days before Murphy mails out those ballots. I know. We're going to have to go there and tell him that, though. But let me tell you a little bit about myself first. I am not a politician. Not at all. I studied microbiology and physics in college. I never imagined that I would be up here in front of you, standing on a picnic table, talking about the injustices that's happening to us. But I got tired of having horrible choices at the ballot box. I mean, come on. All I kept saying over the years is, can't they find somebody better? There's got to be somebody out there better than this for us to choose. And then I started saying, well, I could do a better job than that. And finally last year I said, you know what, I can do a better job than that. So I finally decided to stand up and take a change. And you guys are doing exactly the same thing, though. But it is not going to be an easy job. I mean, New Jersey is a Democratic stronghold. My district is one of the top 10 Democrat districts in the nation. We have had Democrats controlling my seat for 70 years. I know. The same family has been in it for 30 years. They are with an entrenched political family, just like Murphy is one of those slick, slimy politicians that we have got to get out of office. And it starts with this unconstitutional move that he did by unilaterally changing the way we conduct our elections here. 3 months before the most important presidential election of our lifetimes. We cannot allow that to stand. Thank God Trump is fighting back. But I have the Constitution here, and I need to read it because I'm a Republican. If I miss one word, I'm going to be branded a liar all over the internet. So, according to the New Jersey State Constitution, when it talks about elections, every single line, it says that the legislature may provide, or as the legislature shall determine. One place it even says, when it's talking about these absentee mail-in voting, it says that the legislature may provide the manner in which, the time and place at which absent electors may vote. So you got to catch that, right? It's the legislature. Did you hear the executive? No. It actually goes further, and it says that Murphy's wrong. It says, right in Article 1 of our state constitution, it says that no person belonging to one branch shall exercise any of the powers belonging to either of the others. Right there, day over. We should be able to go home, right? Now Murphy, when he's challenged, you know what his favorite thing is, right? Leave the state, move out. I think he said that 4 times in the last 6 months. Exactly, tell him to go back to where he is from. Massachusetts, yes, go back with Elizabeth Warren. So when he says that he will not back down and tells us to bring it on, what are we going to say to him? We're going to bring it on, and we are going to take back our state. It took them 4 weeks to certify our primary election. And it had 1/4 of the votes that they're expecting in November. But they're still saying that it's going to take them 4 weeks to count those. The math just doesn't add up. It takes them 4 weeks to count 1/4 of the votes. It's going to take them 4 months to certify this presidential election. But do you know what that means? Exactly. Did you hear him? Nancy Pelosi.
She's
So
on
what
drugs.
we need to do is we have to stop their fear-mongering. And we got to get smart.
okay? Start listening for their talking points, because we all know that every Monday morning they send out those talking points to every media outlet, to every Democratic politician. This week it's, well, one of their favorites is weaponizing, right? Trump weaponizes everything. So right now he's weaponizing exactly. Well, what they accuse us of is what they're doing. And you know that. No, that's okay. We need another microphone. So we need to start listening to that, okay? And so right now, they're saying that President Trump is basically the Grinch on Christmas Eve. He is actually going out on streets and collecting mailboxes by the truckload. Come on. They showed a picture of it, right? I mean, you can't argue with the photo of Trump with mailboxes on it. Right. I mean, but they don't care what Obama did. I mean, Michelle's still blaming Trump for the cages that her husband built. 2014. Right. So we gotta stop listening to them. We gotta educate ourselves. That's your job, okay? We need to educate. You need to know the Constitution. And watching these riots that are happening across our nation, it's so obvious that our public school system has failed an entire generation. It is. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. But all they cry is they blame it on the funding, right? Republicans won't give us more funding for schools. My district includes Newark. They have the highest school budget in the state. They get $1 billion a year. $850 million from the state, from your taxes, and they have the lowest performing schools.
You need to open up
oh my God, even worse. Our students are suffering, right? Kids are suffering. They need to go back to school.
School choice!
Exactly. That's why we need to get this. I actually got a phone call a few weeks ago from the president of my town school board asking me why I talk about education. She said, my opponent never talks about education, so I shouldn't talk about education. I told her that's the problem. We need to start talking about it. But it can't stop there. It can't stop at just charter schools. You need to know the Constitution. You need to know your rights, because they are attacking them, and they are coming after them. Obama himself said that it's an outdated document. So, my favorite, and I have right here because, again, you know, I got to read it. I don't know where it is. Okay. The second, and this one is short and sweet, but I'm still going to read it. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So my stance on the Second Amendment is it shall not be infringed. Period. Exactly. And background checks, that's all you keep hearing about, background checks. We already have those. It took my dad 6 months to get his permit when the law says 30 days. It should not take that long. And if they have incompetent people that are failing to perform these background checks, hire better workers, right? Yeah. Or a city worker. I know. But hand in hand with that, I think, is our respect for police. I stand with the police. How many of you have a law enforcement officer in the family? How many have a friend? Now I gotta ask you, are they good people? Do they deserve what's happening to them? Are they going to vote Republican in November? It's outrageous that cities in our own state and other states across the nation are working to it's not defund anymore. They are reallocating funds for police.
That's illegal aliens and all that.
Yes. Virginia even had the nerve to pass a bill making it a misdemeanor to assault the police. Can you imagine that? What's going to happen to them now on the streets? So you know how we fight back? We take back the House, we expand our majority in the Senate, and then we pass a bill making it a federal crime to assault law enforcement. And then even better than that, we watch party right here in front of Murphy's house as President Trump in his second term signs it into law. And we send Pelosi her favorite ice cream to drown her sorrows in. So we have to stop letting them sow fear and sow division in this nation. We have to wake up and we have to get smart because we are fighting for the future of our nation. And you are the army. It is your job that is the most important. You have to get out there. You have to talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends, talk to your family. Find out what matters to them. And then teach them why Republican American values are what they need right now. And because that's what's important. People are hurting. They're scared, and they need to know that Republican ideas can help improve their lives. We can make them safer, but we do a really poor job at explaining ourselves. So we need to get better. We need to step up, and we need to take back this state. We need to take back our country, and we need to turn New Jersey red in November.
Come on, let's hear it for it, folks. Make some noise.
How was that, y'all?
Right? This is what we got to think about. You see, what we didn't have before this is permission. We all think we don't have permission to hold true to our Constitution. And then people come and take it away from us because we're busy working on the hamster wheel of life.
We're the boss.
We are the permission. Citizenship is a privilege in this country. Once you're a citizen, you are covered by the Constitution of these American United States. Democrats, while you are working really hard, preparing for your family's education, getting on with life, taking care of your family members, they usurped our entire system. Is called the swamp.
Drain the swamp.
Drain the swamp. The swamp.
Drain the swamp. Drain the swamp. Drain the swamp. Drain the swamp. Drain the swamp.
You guys got all the corks to the drain. I'm serious. Trump cannot do this alone. Our Republican candidates cannot do this alone. We need you. We need you to vote. We need you to gather. We need to have bodies heard.
We need to speak up to everybody we know.
You need to speak.
Defund the Dems. Defund the Dems.
I want to
Defund the Dems. Defund the Dems.
Defund the Dems.
There's one of our men in blue there. Welcome to the crowd. Thank you for your service, sir. What would we do without them?
Back the blue.
Back the blue. Back the blue. Back the blue. Back the blue.
Back the blue. Back the blue.
So we're going to get on with this a little bit, if that's okay with y'all. We still will chant, I promise. So then we have Mr. Frank Cott, who would like to say a few words. And anybody else?
We want the next governor, Jerry.
Okay. Anybody else that would like to be on the list to speak briefly? We're here for you.
We got an
We
assemblyman
need to be heard.
here.
Well done. Thank you.
This is what it's all about. It's
This is the
about
guy
you,
we should run for
me,
governor right
we.
there.
We the people.
We the people. We the people. We the people.
He's real.
We the people.
I had a lot of dealings with him.
Here you go, Frank Cott.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
This is an unbelievable rally, folks, and God bless you. When I look out at all you people, I say, these are my people. We're all family here. We're going through a lot. And what we do is we do pushback. We do rallies over in Middletown. And I wanted to share something with you because we like to give you meat and potatoes, and you might want to video what I'm going to say. All right, number one, Murphy helps illegals. When you're an illegal, are you breaking the law?
Yes.
When you help people breaking the law, does anybody know what you call that? Aiding and abetting. So here's what I want you to remember. USC 18 Section 4. Criminal complaint. Whoa, what's this guy? Get him out of here. No, this is what you have to do. You have to talk. You have to do everything that everybody's saying here. You got to talk to Democrats, but we got to go more. Because look at what they're doing to Rand Paul. Look at what they're doing to you. So we could do a criminal complaint. They don't, to be honest with you, and a lot of the politicians, they don't want to get involved with that. But we the people can do it. Okay? The other thing is the low-income housing. It's a big issue. You guys should research it, how it started. I understand how it started, but it's morphed into something. I've spoken to many mayors about it. Think about it. Low-income people, how do they vote? Republican or Democrat? So, has anybody ever heard of gerrymandering?
Yeah.
Well, aren't they gerrymandering? Yeah. So, again, another lawsuit. Now, you guys may know, or may not know, that we were pushing for an injunction on this mail-only vote. And it was going nowhere. We had lots of people reaching out, and thank God the Trump campaign and the RNC's coming through with that. I suggest you guys contact them because I'm just I don't have an office. I'm a little guy, and it's not. You guys contact the Trump organization, and I'll give you names if you're interested, and tell them examples of voter fraud so that they can use that. Because it's an uphill battle. I think it's a slam dunk, but you don't know what judge you're going to get. And you got to play the ACLU game and get your judge. There's a whole lot to it. And then one more thing, 2 more minutes and we're done. We're talking about all these closings of businesses, the governor's EO, and this is directly related to what we're going through here. Well, I want you guys, and again, I hope you're videotaping it, I want you guys to look up Murdoch versus Pennsylvania. All right, now Murdoch versus Pennsylvania, I'm going to give you line 3. Or is it line 5? Wait, give me a second because I'm rusty with that. Number 4, a state may not impose a charge for the enjoyment of a right granted by the federal Constitution. 319 U.S. 113. 319 U.S. 113. What does that mean? No gun permits, no license for your dog, no permit to hang a ceiling fan. You get where I'm going? And I know I'm losing you some of these here, but this is what's been happening for years. We got to turn it around. Come to the rally, but don't just bark, bite. And when you're armed with information, you can bite. Thank you and God bless.
How was that? Saying it like it is, aren't you? So we just have to pick up the pace a little bit because here's the agenda. We have the speakers, and we have to be out of here because another group will be coming in at 12, and the only way we can get this on today was to have the permit between 8 and 12. So we're going to abide by that, and we need to clean up everything as we leave and take everything because we can't come back. All right? Because when you're leaving, we'll be going to the Navasink if you want to see the Trump fleet. Right? It's excellent. So we're going to go on to the next speaker, and it's Glenn Barone from Convention of States. Welcome. Convention of States is something that you need to know, just like you need to know what your Constitution is and the Bill of Rights. You need to know everything. You need to understand what a Convention of State is. Glenn Barone has a table here. Convention of States, I advise highly for you to visit the table and understand your laws.
Thank you so much. So Convention of States, to try and get through and save some time. I had a 20-minute speech ready, but we'll go with the 2-minute speech. Our table over here, we already ran out of petitions to be signed once, but actually there's reinforcements there now. And if we run out again, pick up a piece of literature with the Convention of States website on it so that you can go online and sign the petition. Okay, so what is Convention of States? Using the U.S. Constitution, you know, the articles of the Constitution, Article 1 established the Congress, Article 2 established the executive branch, Article 3, the judiciary, Article 4 talks about your rights when you cross state lines, which they needed back at the time of the Constitution, and Article 5 details the amendment process. The Constitution can be amended, and it has been 27 times, by either 2/3 of the Congress proposing an amendment, or a convention called by 2/3 of the states. So we need 34 states to all pass a similar resolution. That resolution has been introduced into the New Jersey Assembly and the New Jersey Senate. We've got some wonderful Republican sponsors in the State House. Everyone should know who their representatives are in the State House, because everyone else who isn't a sponsor needs to hear from us. We're that army. We're that fighting the dog. Right, we need to get out there, and that's why everyone needs to sign the petition number 1. But listen, we need more infantrymen too. So if anybody wants to pick up a pen and a phone and come join our effort, thank you very much. Everybody sign the petition, and God bless America.
Thank you so much, Glenn. We have a lot of speakers. This is the forum to talk. So we have a retired U.S. postal worker who would like to say something briefly.
What about our state assembly?
His name is Patrick Smith. Terrence Donahue.
Hi, my name is Terrence Donahue. I'm 30-something years at the post office. Started out in Jersey City, the largest facility. But what's not being mentioned all day long is that the governor decided that it's safer to have postal workers handle these ballots than it is for you to just go in a booth 1 minute and press a couple of buttons. When somebody used the post office as a delivery system for the anthrax biological weapon in 2001, I was involved in the investigation with the postal inspectors. They shut down the Hamilton Mail Center and sent the mail here to Eatontown. And guys were going to work wearing an N95 mask, spraying machines with bleach, going home getting undressed in their driveways and garages so that they wouldn't bring home spores. But now Murphy has decided now that postal workers can handle letters because it's safer. When I worked there, postal workers, 300-something thousand employees. Every letter is handled by at least 7 or 8 people before it gets to your house. And they talked about moving machines. I was involved in moving machines. I was an electronics technician. The machines move with the volume of the mail. I've been in New York City moving machines down here. I went to Raleigh, North Carolina, moved on. It goes with the volume of the mail. It does not go with political. Trump does not control the Postmaster General. The Board of Governors does that. And it's all missing in place. So I have to say that on behalf of all post workers.
Thank you. Let's give him a very big round of applause. We're moving quickly. So next we have Dawn Fantasia from the department. She's the department director of the Sussex County Board of Freeholders. Where is she? Give her a round of applause, please. Hi, everybody. I will make this really quick. Sussex County, we're the furthest county up north. We are super red, and we are very nice. We are very proud to come down and find some like-minded individuals. Usually it's Northwest New Jersey, but we love being down here in Monmouth County. Sussex, Warren, Monmouth, Atlantic, Salem, and Morris all passed resolutions to demand in-person machine voting. Never let them tell you that voting with a paper provisional ballot is the same as in-person voting. It is not. That is a fairy tale. It is not the same. So we are all for voter
choice. And one more issue, like I said, I'm going to keep this quick. One more issue. You will notice that Governor Murphy has just proposed discriminatory firearms fees, raising permit fees from $2 to $50, $5 to $100. That is a discriminatory fee. You cannot charge and prevent a whole segment of the population from having the right to own a firearm. So that is another step to the list. I am writing a resolution this Monday that's going on our agenda. I'm sending it out to all 21 counties. Push your freeholders to do the right thing. The left always says that they're the party of inclusivity. I don't see it. So you fight for your right to vote in person. You fight for your right to own a firearm. Thank you all. God bless. Let's give her another round of applause. That's a lot of enthusiasm. Moving right along. We have a gentleman here. Patrick Smith would like to say, from where? Come on up. It's a tongue twister for me.
You've all might have seen the boat parades. We're going to have one next week on the 5th for cars. Here in New Jersey, we have many locations. If you go on Mega Drag, the interstate, you put in where you're located, it'll show you where to join up. Take a picture of this when I get off the mic, show your support. Thank you all for coming. Everybody can get involved.
Well, that was a fast, quick time.
Totally quick.
Thank you so much. That must be a Republican because they do the right thing. Do we have an Elizabeth here?
If you can't make it, just put it on your social media.
Elizabeth Acosta?
My boat's all the way in Brick.
When everybody's gone?
I got it. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I don't, because they're doing a good job. Clap for Pam, everybody put this together. Clap for them, clap for them.
Well, we're always going to have a little something, right? So we will support this fella, and we're going to call the person that he asked because he's afraid that y'all are going to leave before this assemblyman speaks. So, without further ado, this is Assemblyman Jerry Schaffenberger. District 13.
Go, Jerry!
Thank you. I swear I didn't put him up to that. But anyway, thank you so much for coming out. What a great turnout. What great enthusiasm. You can see our side has all the enthusiasm, so that's really going to be what matters. Real quick, I just wanted to say that I'm not one of the bad assembly people that Mark was telling you about. I'm one of the ones who voted no against the all mail-in voting on Thursday. But it's not over yet. I'm the prime sponsor of AR 184, which is a resolution to mandate in-person voting, and I'm the second prime sponsor with Assembly Minority Leader John Bramnick on A4572, which would mandate a bill. And we tried to bring it to the floor, and before he got the words out, the Democrats had their hand up to table it. So this is what we're up against. But if everybody here puts pressure on their Democrat legislators, they can't run away from this and bury it in a voting session that nobody knows about. So I would ask everybody to flood those inboxes with emails demanding that these bills be brought to a vote. We can still do this. This fight is not over. And listen, speaking to the Trump campaign, they know that New York and New Jersey is in play if they get a fair election. So we have to make sure that regardless of what happens, we have to come out. You have to tell all those people who were on the fence about the president that we're not voting for a prom date for their daughter. We're voting for a president who really puts us first.
So with that, I think you've had enough. I think you're anxious to burn some calories past the governor's house. If you don't see him by his house, he's eating breakfast to the right. His favorite restaurant is right down the road there. So anyway, with that, thank you all so much. Thank you, Pam, for allowing me to speak. I also want to point out there are a few other people here who showed up later on from the Township Committee, and that's Pat Snell, Committee Man Rick Heidel, and Ryan Clark, soon to be committee man after November. So we have a great governing body here, a great mayor, and it's really an honor to address you here in my hometown. So thank you, get home safe, and God bless everyone. Thank you.
Well, you can tell this is the Trump train, can't you? It's all cranking. Our next speaker is Eileen Beck.
Wow, you guys should see what you look like from up here. Congratulations for being here, and thank you, Pam and her team, for putting this together, and for getting up off your couches and moving and taking action. We're Americans and we love our freedoms, right? Yeah! And we want to have freedom of choice over our bodies, don't we? Yeah! Okay, so we need to know what's going on in the legislature. August 25th, there was a bill posted, A 4576, sponsored by Herb Conway and Zwicker. What is this bill? It is going to mandate the flu vaccine for children, preschool, or university. This is not good for our children, and it is definitely not good for us. Mandates are not choice. They are forced medical interventions without our control.
No way.
If we don't want this to happen, we need to stand up, and we need to let our legislators know to vote it down. And we need to show up in Trenton when we're called to action. For information, go to the National NVIC Advocacy Portal, okay? And look up A 4576. Let your legislators know and show up. Please, we need to stop this control over our lives and our bodies.
Thank you, Eileen. Wasn't that good information? Yes, I'll throw a little wrench into this. I'm going to ask you a question to think about before you leave today and when you get home. Ready? What is in those vaccines? They don't publish it. So, I will tell you, if you ever peek down the rabbit hole, and you all should, there's an agenda, and there's nanoparticulates in it. I'll stop there and go to the next speaker. You need to look. Okay? Woo! What is your name? Sharon McKenna. She's got a few words. Let's give her a warm welcome.
Wow, she was great. It's amazing from up here. Okay, everyone else put together a lovely, nope, I need that. And even better, thank you. Put together a lovely sign. Mine is a little less lovely, but the sentiment is real. The legislature voted in person to not allow you to vote in person. I'm furious. I am infuriated, and you should be angry too. It's the height of hypocrisy, and that is why I'm here. I came up from Ocean County, Red Ocean County, because I'm angry, and we need to let everyone know that we have our rights, and we are not going to have them trampled on by this governor. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. And you know who the knucklehead is? I think we all know, okay? So, I'm done with this governor. He's going to be unemployed in 2021. Let's go. Hopefully, he doesn't have to go for unemployment, because good luck there. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You like the information so far? Yeah. Just think what we do on our next conference, our next rally. It's going to be great. Well, you know, maybe we'll talk about that because I'll tell you what we were thinking, Dream Team here, was thinking in Trenton where Murphy holds his daily briefings. What do you think? Will you show up? Will you bring more friends? We need tenfold. We need bodies. We need energy. So we've got another speaker. This gentleman here, without him today, we would have been in a microphone crisis. He lent himself, come on up, is it Tony? Tom Dernan. Thank you, Tom.
Everybody clap the pan, please. Make some noise for pan. Come on. All right, I'll make it quick. Everybody say, ooh. Say, Say, shh. Who I am is irrelevant. I grew up in a town called Brooklyn, New York originally. I moved overseas to New Jersey. And now I'm here today in 2 minutes to do my thing. I salute all the veterans, the cops. Benjamin Franklin once said, better well done than well said. They want to call me out, I'll call them out. I'll give you a person, her name rhymes with waters. She said, when you see a group, get in my face. You want to get in my face? Get in my face and I'll show you my flag. I'm not going to incite, I'm not going to incite anger. If it wasn't for this brother right here, like my father, and also Jack Pensabine and my father, Jim Dernan, veterans, I would have nothing in this country, so I love my veterans. Give someone a hand. Give someone a hand, and together, give someone a hand, and together, we will all climb higher. Grab that, please, Pam. The next one is, you know what? The thing is, I might disagree with some things. I might disagree with some things the brother says, but overall, you know what? I said at one point, to me, freedom is an illusion unless you fight for it, so vote in person. I'll be in the parking lot in a minute. You're welcome to stick your face right through here and take a picture. And here's the last thing. I was a New York City firefighter. Don't talk to that. I left the job when I got injured, and my brother yesterday about your mother doing the thing about the one eye. I have one eyeball. But he said, trust half what you see. I see every day that this is the most wonderful country in the world. And I am a speaker, but today I'm here for one reason. I'm here because I love my country. I love my daughter. My daughter's EMT, by the way. Earlier, somebody dropped this over here. I'm a senior citizen. Somebody dropped their pills over here. So come get them, because the thing I'll show you in closing is this, folks. My name is Tom Dernan. I challenge you to call me anytime to volunteer. I'm a magician, juggler, ventriloquist. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. What's important is that when they said that you need to show up, and some people think this is your country right here. Watch it close. Everybody say ooh, say Now say shh.
It's an illusion, folks. Watch. You go like this. See? You don't pay attention. It's gone.
It's right here. You need to love the USA. So everybody clap the pan and all the people who did this. Clap for them. Pan, come up here.
One side up and here.
Again, come up. If you want to say hello, my name is Tom. I'm hanging out.
Hold this. But I want to thank for coming. 1, 2, 3. Everybody say USA.
USA! 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 USA!
it?
Where's Elizabeth?
And put Bill. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Elizabeth Acosta has a couple words. Oh, I love your shirt. Come on up, you gotta let everybody see it. Look at my shirt.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'm excited to be here. I come from Middlesex County, and my story of what Phil Murphy did to me. I worked 15 and a half years with the New Jersey Department of Labor and Office of Workforce Development under the directions of our stupid Democratic freeholders, or as I like to call them in Middlesex County, our freeloaders. And because on my personal Facebook page, I posted the black square with the blue line, hashtag Trump 2020, and I was fired. It gets worse though, because before they fired me, by a letter in the mail, not a phone call or a Zoom conference, before they fired me, they tortured me. They made me take down my posts. They told me I had to apologize, and I refused. I don't apologize. I back the blue, and I support my president. I was then made forced to take an anti-racism course, okay? An anti-racism course. A little bit of background. You're looking at a very large minority here, people. I am a Hispanic, Jewish American single mother. Born and raised right here in New Jersey. I was actually born in Newark, New Jersey. Okay, Shaquille and I, we share the same birthday, March 6th. He's 4 years older than me. But so during this anti-racism course that they forced me to take, I don't normally describe people by the color of their skin, okay, people? My family is the United Nations. But it was given by two men, one black man, one white man. And the white man told me that I need to study black culture so I can empathize with them. Let me tell you something. My grandfather was a World War II veteran. I have more culture that flows through these veins than any of those people. They need to study American culture. Okay? There is no black culture. There is no white culture. There is no Latino culture. It's American culture. I speak English, okay? And when I told him this, he passed the mic to the black gentleman who told me that I should shop only black-owned businesses so black owners can take black people off unemployment. I said, well, I have two problems with that. My first problem is Trump already did that, okay? We had the lowest unemployment in the history of unemployment, all right? And my second problem is, how am I supposed to know who owns what business? Are you going to mark those businesses? Like they mark the Jews? Because that's racist. It's racist. But you know what? If they want to label me a racist, I wear that proudly. I wear that badge. It's called being an American. And then on June 30th, I receive a letter in the mail that says, today is your last day. 15 and a half years of loyal service, and I get a letter.
I got a lawyer for you.
And to this day, I still have not received my pension. It's been almost 2 months, and they have not cut my check.
Let's call him up.
I've called 3 lawyers, and all 3 lawyers have said they won't take on big government. So if there's anybody out there that's willing to help, I won't do GoFundMe. Black Lives Matter's got their hands in GoFundMe. They got their hands in our schools. They got their hands in Amazon. They got their hands on Nike. I'm boycotting Starbucks. I'm boycotting. There's so many places. Guys, do your research. Shop labels.
Don't forget Wawa.
USA. Do not buy it. You don't need it. You don't need it. What are they putting on the stuff that we're bringing in our homes? Think, people. They want to be woke? Let's wake them up. Let's shake this nation and make New Jersey great again. Thank you.
important speaker coming up next, which is about the ballots. We have Piera Alcamano. Piera, enjoy the... You're next.
The advantages of being 67 years old and getting helped up the table. So, good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Everyone should be standing on this table. This is awesome. This is awesome. And the next one that this phenomenal group of women puts together will be triple in size, if not more. So I just want to follow up on two speakers. Glenn asked me to let you know that Convention of States is holding a rally for Constitutional Week at the Capitol in Trenton on September 17th. My experience in determining where I'm shopping, I gave up my Prime membership to Amazon. Why, you ask? Because when Black Lives Matter decided to put out their little regalia thing, Amazon also put Blue Lives Murder t-shirts on their site. I check every day, and it's still there for sale. And until they take that BS off of their site, I will never shop Amazon again. And I will only shop Made in America. So now I'll start my portion of the speech. I think I'm the last one, and as luck would have it, it's like doing a speech, the end of everyone who's been amazing. It's me and cocktails, so it's like, please be gentle with me. So I am Piera Alcamano. I'm mad as hell about mail-in voting mandates that we do not deserve by an illegitimate governor, number one. And I put together a website because there's so much confusion out there, and that website will answer your questions and will have up-to-date information. It will be updated live all the time. So I just want to say that our goal, it is banmail-in-voting-nj.com. I have a table over there with a few things you need to take a picture of, okay? Because we need to be educated. We need to be smarter than Murphy and the Democratic legislators, okay? So what is our goal? Our goal is to be able to vote in person, okay? Trump has a lawsuit out there. He's suing Murphy. We don't know how that's going to go. We're all gathering. We're really pissed off. We don't know how that's going to go. So Murphy is out there creating confusion on the mandate of the DNC. He needs to keep this chaos going, at least until November 4th. When there will be no more virus, no more talk of vaccine, which you will have to shoot me in the head before you inject me with anything. Okay? But we have to be smart. So let me ask you a question. How many of you are so pissed off that if you have to do the mail-in voting, you're going to say, screw you, Murphy, I'm not voting? If any of you do that, congratulations, you have just destroyed America. Because that's what they want you to do. They want to keep you confused. They want to keep you wondering. They're not counting on people like us who are educated, are smart. We'll go search the web to get the answers. We'll call their Board of Elections for answers. Okay? So Murphy, who has walked arm in arm with the Black Lives Matter protesters / rioters / looters, but he kind of gave them all a pass on the virus that day, because obviously no one came down with COVID that was there or that we've heard about. Fauci has said he is voting in person. We all have to follow his unilateral mandate. He has taken our election code, our beloved Constitution, and kicked it over the river because he thinks he can. And we're telling you he can't. So we will do whatever we can to stop him, and he will have to do what we the people want him to do. Let me educate you a little bit. Here's what you have to know. On October 5th, you need to know this because you don't want to give him a ring. You don't want him to do a mission accomplished to Nancy Pelosi. So listen to what I'm saying. On October 5th, the ballots will be put in the mail to every single registered voter in New Jersey if you're dead, if you've moved, if you've changed your name. All of those will be coming out. You no longer have an option to ask for an absentee ballot. Thank you. An absentee ballot because they feel since they're mailing it to everyone, no one should be able to have the security of claiming their own ballot. Once you receive your ballot, if something is wrong with your ballot or you receive more than one, call your county clerk. You go to my website, I have links to all the county clerks, all the boards of elections, everything you need to know in every place you need to go. Okay? Now, you're going to be asked, Murphy has said, it's easy, it's transparent. The Secretary of State has said this is the easiest way to vote. What do we say to that? Four fingers, okay? So here are your options. The best option. When you receive your ballot, make sure you read it, you complete it correctly, you check off whatever you need to check off. There's going to be 3 envelopes in there. Make sure you use all of them. When you seal it, make sure that you don't rip off something that's perforated. Okay? Best option,
hey guys, down in
from
front.
the time you receive it till election day, take your ballot to the Board of Elections of your county.
Mr. Feathers, could you move over? Could you move over and get out of the way of the camera?
They have a
Thank
few
you.
more weeks before.
All right.
What, the Board of Elections?
Bring your license when you're hand delivering.
Forget the drop-off boxes. There's no security on the drop-off boxes. Okay? Here's what you have to do. As I said, best option. Take your ballot already filled out and shut and certified to the Board of Elections. That's where all the ballots ultimately end up. They're going to open it. The second option, Murphy has been telling you there's polling places you can vote in person at the polling locations. You cannot. You cannot. What he is lying, and that's part of his chaos and confusion to the New Jersey people because he thinks we're still in the primary and that we're still stupid and uneducated, and that's false. You can go to the polling locations. They'll tell you where to go. There's going to be there's going to be at least one polling location in each municipality. Take your already filled out, sealed, signed, certified copy of ballot to the polling place. Hand it in yourself. Show them your ID. They have to take it. The only people that can vote on the machine are people that are handicapped. But wait. What does handicap mean? Handicap means you have to be legally blind, certified legally blind in New Jersey. There's 8 people in Morris County that I'm familiar with, and each county must have a handful of people. Those are the only ones that can vote under handicap. Okay? And their votes will count. If you walk into a polling place because he has you believing that you could do that to go vote, they will hand you a ballot, a paper ballot. You can fill it out there, you can sign a certified, seal it, and hand it to them. It does not go to the Board of Elections. It goes to the county clerk, who has to then verify that you're real, that you haven't already voted, that your address is correct, and by that time, if they have finished counting the votes and they're satisfied that there's a winner, your vote will not count. Do not think that you can go to a polling place and cast your vote in person. All you can do is hand deliver your vote. Okay? When you deliver the vote to a polling place, it basically goes directly, if it's already filled out and you show your ID, it goes to the Board of Elections. The third option, all those boxes, drop boxes they tell you that they're putting out there, don't do it. Don't do it. They say they're safe. I don't trust anything that doesn't have, like, you know, when you have evidence for the police department, there's a chain of evidence. Okay, you drop it in there, it's gone. Okay, I don't know who's going to take it out, where it's going to end up. They tell you that it's certified. I don't care. I don't care. One second. The last thing they want you to do when they're having a whole hoopla, because this is working well for the DNC, they want you to use the post office. The post office union is backing Biden. How many of those are going to be thrown off the truck, over the bridge? Who knows? Okay? So I know I'm short on time. I just want to make sure the message here is educate yourself. Don't listen to anyone. Go to my website or similar websites or Secretary of State's websites to understand what you need to do. Do not just walk in. My website is banmail-and-voting.nj.com. I have a table there that you can take pictures of the site name and everything else. So thank you very much. Let's give Lars free
Let's give Pierre a round of applause. Pierre works night and day, 7 days a week, for the benefit of America. I'm not kidding, she does. We're running on the train time, so, but I do have to say something. Those boxes I'm putting out for you to put your votes in, the rumor has it Nancy Pelosi bought a bottle of vodka, and she's got a big truck, and she's picking them all up. And ice cream, too. So we have another individual. We have Mr. Billy Peppo, running for Congress.
First, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that came out, because this right here shows you that the silent majority is very, very real, and at this point it's no longer silent. I'm coming down the road here and I can hear you guys cheering all the way outside. Listen, I'm running for Congress in the 9th District in New Jersey. I'm from Patterson, New Jersey. I've lived there for over 30 years of my life. I'm a first-generation American, a United States Air Force veteran, and I'm sick and tired of what's going on in my city and what's going on in my district, because we got someone like Bill Pascal who's been there for 23 years. 23 years this gentleman's been in office. He's done absolutely nothing. There's one thing that really pisses me off about this guy. You go to his website, and there's 3 things that he says he stands for. The first thing is, I'm one of the #1 opposers of President Trump. I want his tax returns, and that's one of the reasons why these people should support him, right? The second thing he says is, he's an adamant believer in the Green New Deal.
And I want to push for the Green New Deal. First things first, something like the Green New Deal is going to put a lot of people out of work, and it's definitely going to affect a lot of people in communities like mine in Patterson, right? The third thing, and this is the one that really pissed me off. He said, you should support Bill Pascal because Black Lives Matter. Now, here's what irritates me about that. You've been here for 23 years. Lots of people have been getting shot and killed and mistreated in our district. About 5 days ago now, somebody came down my block, shot the place up with a MAC-10, and shot 2 people. Right on my block. Not a word from him. 4th of July, 30 people shot, 12 people dead. Not a word from him. When Jameek Lowry was killed in Patterson and there was no clarity to what happened in his own backyard, no word. But then they allow people to paint a mural in the middle of the street, say, hey look, Black Lives Matter. Suddenly Black Lives Matter matters to him after 23 years. He's the same problem. I mean, the problems that he's doing is the same thing as Joe Biden, Schumer, and Pelosi. All these people who've been in Congress, who've been in government for so long, that for some reason they want to fix the problem. Listen, if you guys watched the Ballots, I'm pretty sure you guys saw it. That was hands down the greatest performance I've ever seen from a presidential candidate. I'm looking at this and I'm like, listen, I watched the DNC convention not too long ago, and they had this guy Billy Porter who was singing this song, right? I don't know if you guys saw it. It was ridiculous. It's like a green screen video. He's like in a dress and he's dancing and stuff. There's all this social justice warrior stuff going on the green screen, and he's dancing. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, listen, if I'm a Democrat, all right, what are we making fun of here? You know what I mean? Are you trying to make fun of the black struggle? Is that what this is? Is this supposed to be a joke? If I'm a Democrat, I watch this. I'm like, I don't know if I can support that. I don't even think I can vote for Biden. I'm probably going to stay home. And then a couple of days later, Donald Trump does this miraculous, off-the-wall, through-the-roof performance. The issues that are hurting our country, the issues that really matter. We got our cities burning, unemployment is through the roof. People aren't getting the benefits they need, and the Democrats are more worried about social justice, pandering, and trying to pander to the black community while they've done nothing for us. They had us in chains before, and now things are different. Now we're striking back. We're not allowing this to happen anymore, and I'm sick and tired of it. I want to give you guys one final point. Recently, we had a Tiller's Gym that was closed down for a long time. And these gangsters kept kicking the door in, kept running the business, and kept fighting for their rights. And these guys went above and beyond. They went above and beyond to hit all the COVID measures and all that. And Governor Murphy still continued to shut them down. I don't know if those guys are here, but I want to say you guys are true patriots for what you guys are doing. I'm not sure what Rick Mader is, but Rick Mader just pulled off one of the most genius moves I've ever seen in political history. He says, you know what, now this gym is my political headquarters, you can't close it. Now that they've done this and they can't close it, next week all the gyms are opening up. Ain't that something? So, we're dealing with one of the most sentient viruses in the world. This virus can tell when you're going to church to worship God, and it'll kill you. You want to kill your baby, you want to go to Planned Parenthood, it's not going to get you. You want to go to Walmart where hundreds of thousands of people are coming in and out of there, touch you all over the beams, touch you with keypads, spreading the COVID all over the place through the HVAC systems. When you go out and vote, you'll die. This is the logic of the Democrat Party. They think they're stupid. If this is all you guys here, I can show you these other people that are sitting on their couch wondering, what the hell's happening in my country? This isn't what I grew up in. My parents, when they came to this country, they came here for a reason. They wanted the American opportunity. And I'm only 30 years old. I'm a baby. I'm a kid. I'm only 30 years old. And my country is disappearing right beneath my feet. They're taking our generation, the youthful generation, and they're teaching them socialism, Marxism, and all this BS to tear our country apart from within, because a lot of them don't even know the history. But then you got guys like me who got nothing to lose. I'm a regular guy from the hood. Regular guy. I'm no politician. Bill Pascal is afraid to debate me, and I've been trying to get Bill Pascal to debate me for weeks. And you know why he won't? Because when I see him go up against these other milquetoast candidates, he doesn't hit them. They don't hit him with the real questions. He starts saying, "Oh, I'm an advocate for social justice," and blah 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 blah, talking on behalf of your people. You can't pull that race-baiting nonsense with me. It's not going to work. I'm never going to work. You told the people in Patterson, nobody sees you in Patterson. country. You're getting in the way of our president from doing the right thing. You're telling him not to worry about what's going on with the voter fraud in Paris and he should focus on the COVID situation. You're not even dealing with the dumpster fire in your backyard. So this race moving forward, you see how this fraud went down in Patterson? It was national news. I had friends in Sweden telling me about this stuff. What the hell's going on in your city, boss? And you really believe that they're not going to pull any funny business during a larger election, during a congressional race? This is exactly why they want the doors of the polling stations closed. We're not going to let it happen, guys. We're going to kick out of here. Everybody, thank you for coming.
So what we're going to do is push it together, and we have tables for convention of states, and we have the table for mail-in ballot. Take a picture of what is posted there on the easels, because we didn't want to put handouts until we stayed in the tree. Take a picture on your office.